Alright, today I was bored, so I decided to make a video on a snake that I have. I love this breed of snake. It's a California King. In the wild, they control the rattlesnake population. This is one of the only snakes that will eat another snake. Also, they have in their immune system a built-in anti-venom system. So a rattlesnake cannot, with a bite, kill this animal. They're beautiful snakes. They come in different variations and colors. The most common color on this type of snake is black and white, but they're usually banded. Every once in a while, I'd say probably 1 in 10 of the California King snakes that are born in the wild have a stripe, a dorsal stripe, and that's the type of coloration that I got from Titan here. We'll zoom in on him a little bit so you can kind of get an idea of what he looks like. He is approximately, right now, about 2.5 feet long. He hasn't eaten in a little while. Like I said, the California Kings will basically eat anything. There, he's drinking a little bit of water. Snakes don't normally drink a lot of water. They get their water that they need from whatever animal they consume. California Kings will eat anything from birds to rats to other snakes, like I said. Titan here is a lunch gut. He's only a year old. This is how big he's gotten already. But in the wild, a California King snake will get, about as big lengthwise and around as a, copperhead or a western diamondback, and they will actually kill and eat a western diamondback rattlesnake. They can eat a snake that's the same length as they are. Anyhow, today Titan needs to be fed. Rats are expensive. I try to feed dead, but Titan won't eat them if they're dead, even if you warm them up to room temperature. He today is going to be fed chickens. So I have 2 baby chicks. They're cheaper at farm stores, like $2.99, compared to a rat, being $10. And I've tried breeding my own, and it's just a big hassle, along with the care of the snake, So anyhow, over here in a bucket I have 2 Banty chicks. They're fairly decent sized. Zoom up on them. They're comparable to a medium-sized rat right now. So I'm going to go ahead and reach into the bucket here and grab one of these. Right here. Here he is. I know, they're cute little things, but animals have to eat. It's the food chain. And if you're a snake owner, I would suggest trying to feed frozen. If your snake would eat frozen, that's the best, because it's the most humane. But a lot of snakes won't eat frozen, so you have to feed them live. Back over to Titan. Here we go. Here he is. You can see how he's already knows something's going on. They'll actually rattle their tail when they get excited or mad, just like a rattlesnake. So we're going to go ahead now and put this Banty chick in with Titan. Now we're going to sit back and see what happens with Titan. He usually doesn't waste any time. So I don't usually feel bad about feeding him anything that's alive, because like I said, Titan right here basically will sense the heat like a snake does and will take it down immediately. And they usually don't suffer because, like I said, he's very fast once he finds that out that it's there. Today I'll be feeding him 2. You don't really want to feed. Snake can eat up to an animal that's 3 times their girth. So whatever the your snake is around in the center at the fattest part of your snake, do not feed him anything that is 3 times the girth of your snake. They'll just regurgitate it, or you'll run the possibility of the snake getting some internal damage to it. Titan is, flicking his tongue, trying to sense a heat trail. Their sight isn't that great. Once he locks on to the fact that there's an animal in his pen, and mind you, he's very hungry, he will take it down immediately. But right now, like I said, the snakes don't see that well. He knows something's in his pen, and right now he's flicking his tongue and trying to sense how big the animal is, whether he can take it down and consume it. Snake will not take down anything bigger than what it can consume unless it is protecting itself. Then it will fight and try to kill it, but it will not eat it. Some snakes will try to eat things that are way bigger than they can eat, and that's usually if the snake is in desperation. You can see Titan slowly starting to lock onto the heat source that's in his cage, and here shortly he'll, like I said, waste no time. He's pretty fast at consuming the animal after he has taken it down. Snakes' jaws actually dislocate, and they use muscles inside their neck and jaw to move the animal down throughout their body, and you'll see them actually contort their body to move it down. Now Titan has seen that there is something in his cage now, or sensed rather. You will notice that he is starting to put his body into a position to where he can lunge. As he lunges, he will grab it and wrap up in it and keep it from breathing. Every time it takes a breath, lets out air, he'll get tighter until the animal cannot breathe anymore. And it's actually pretty fast. He's about to strike. Right now he's sensing how big the animal is. And there we go. That fast, the animal's dead. You wrap up around it and contort and basically crush the body of the animal. And the animal usually dies from suffocation. And it's fairly quick because the animal can't expand its lungs. Then once the snake senses that the animal is no longer expanding and contracting its lungs, it will uncoil, find the head of the animal, and swallow it head first. If your snake tries eating a bird, if that's what you're feeding it, from the butt end, then you need to get some tongs and work the bird loose from the snake's mouth, and let the snake figure out where the head is again, because the wings will get in the way of it digesting the animal, or swallowing it rather. Anyhow, that's Titan. They're an awesome animal to have. They're a very aggressive snake though, so unless you're an owner that has had snakes before, I do not suggest that you get a California king snake as your first snake. My red-tailed boa constrictor has never bitten me where Titan tries to bite me all the time. So they're very aggressive. Anyhow, we'll zoom in a little bit on Titan. Animal's dead, and then he will consume it. That's all I have for now. Bye.